When I was told of what happened, I wrote to the president. I repeated to all concerned, because it was the first incident. And if this first incident is left to go, the SPLM-IG and its allies has a mechanical majority. It will pass anything they want to do. But then they would forget that there is an article which is 1.14.8 that tells you in Parliament, in doing your business, you must support the agreement. You must enact legislations that support the agreement and reforms in it. People read it, they forget this is a guideline. Now, if we start now, differences from the Political Parties Act, and we don't resolve them, and Parliament continues to work as if nothing has happened, what are we saying? What is the message? Yesterday I followed the budget being tabled. Shanson described SPLAIO as a giant. Okay, if the other giant is absent, what are you saying in that budget? You are not working to support the agreement. You are not working to do reforms in it. So we have challenges. Challenges in operation, even interaction. Yakane described it as deficit of trust and confidence. Before the war, I had many friends in this room. But if somebody wants to come to my house now, he'll have to come by night. Why is that? This is because the system has not changed. You are afraid. You might be targeted. You might be accused of working with the other political parties. Mr. President, when this function was delayed, it was to resolve issues. Who is to sign? Who is to sign? SWA? Is it going to be Vice President Hussein? Is it going to be Honorable Josephine? They are one coalition. What prevents them to solve this? This is a political party. I'm talking here as a share of a political party. If Josephine is the chair, then she should sign. Because it's not a governmental forum. So in the end, people had to come and say, okay, the person who signed last time, even if he is not the chair, for sake of harmony, let Shanson sign. And the issue of OPP was discussed. I think if we have a good political space, these political parties will resolve these differences. They will resolve them. So political space is important. I hope, Mr. President, in your statement, you will make it. Say, yeah, I continue saying it. Mr. President, in your statement, it would be good to guide the nation on political space so that these security organs are not targeted by political parties. Because we would want to see our national security loved by all. We would like to see our police to be the protector of all. We would like to see our army, if one is in a bus, then a civilian will say, this man dies for me. Sit, take my seat. We would like to see that. We'd like to see these organs supporting, serving our country. But with that direction, things will continue. Obviously, Parliament has passed the security bills, one security bill, SPDF bill or act now. The rest are still pending. I hope any of these that have been passed in the absence of IO should return to Parliament, including the political party bill, so that we do it together. Deng was talking about unity. I agree with him, unity of purpose is important. Because so that others, like Shamson, are not deterred by the unity of SPLM. Because that would mean a one monolithic political party in it. But I want you to know one thing. The Kenyan example would not work with us. Many of the SPLM are ideologues. I want to explain. Many of the SPLM, whether it is IG, IO, they are ideologue. They have a perception, a vision of what this country should be. So it is not question of power. It is question of, you have a vision, where do you want to take this country to? And therefore, some will find SPLM, whether it is SPLM IG, SPLM IO, an animal which says, okay, this is the vision. We must do it this way. But if we want to do what the Kenyans do, is good for their system. But for us, in this republic, it's different. I do remember when I was a young boy, very young indeed, in Kodok, Clement Omboro, Minister of Interior, visiting Kodok. We were students. They came with slogans. Sheikh Lam was their forerunner. Slogans about independence. I have written several slogans, but I forgot them. But the slogan of Clement Omboro, I want to say it, maybe somebody was with us in Kodok. It says, freedom with justice, we demand complete separation. We were kids. That was his slogan. We sang it, jumped around about it, but it built us. Built us. Political parties are built on ideological basis. How you see the country, how it would prosper. So that is why probably there's a difficulty in unification of the SPLM, because political trends have come out of it, even probably in the real SPLM of Pagan. Political trends have come out. Maybe in FDs, they're failing to join SPLM-IG. They want to keep separate because they have a political trend. So Kenyans have their own model. We have our own model. We can build it. We can build it. It's not bad. Well, I say it's political forum. I don't want to end without mentioning, first, I read the statement made by the civil society. Maybe another group which does not go with Yakana. When I looked at the document, I saw it was fears, based on fears, based on the fact that they didn't know what is in the roadmap. They didn't see it. But they were invited yesterday. Why did they not come? To come and contribute. However, it's because there is misinformation. Because even some people came to me who are responsible. They said, are you going to reduce the number of the vice presidents? Are you going to reduce the number of ministers? But I say no. What we are doing is an extension. We're not reviewing the agreement. We're only extending it. We're giving it timelines in the metrics. If we have extended 24 months, we give new timelines for the metrics. So that no vice president, no provision is going to be touched. I believe when Dr. Martin read the document, no provision has been touched except pushing the time for 24 months. So the document I read from the civil society, that group, they didn't wait. I think now when this document is public, they will their fears will be assured. But they may say, but these 24 months, but do you have a choice? Do you want to go to square one? No. In it. I want to end by also, I saw a letter written by our very good friends who supported us in this struggle, in this independence, Troika, expressing concerns. I think it was drafted or written from the fact that you have not seen the document. They should be encouraging issues. The issues they raised are issues that would encourage us go forward. I didn't see them issue a principle to boycott this occasion at all. And after all, we have been discussing with them. We have been clear that it is extension of the period, because even if we took it from the perspective of graduating forces, the food for the graduating of the forces may arrive today, and in Upper Nile maybe in a week's time. And when you graduate them, deployment also takes time. Okay, the biggest group of the forces is not yet there, because building confidence was not an easy thing. But they have done good, despite what has been happening. They maintain the peace. So we'll have, in phase 2, the biggest group. Maybe we'll have to expand the number of training centers so that we do it by February 22nd, 2023, all forces would have been trained, graduated, deployed. These are concerns we have. And our good friends from Troika talked about them in their document. But they are real concerns. So I take them as encouragement. And we know the U.S. has withdrawn their support on CTSAM and on RJMAC. All we can do is to appeal to the U.S. again. Resume the support. If the U.S. is paying $1 billion US on humanitarian, it shouldn't go for nothing. This country should be secured, and the country should move to democratic elections in a secured situation. If we went to elections now, you have multi political parties, multi forces. Who will respect the elections? They will not. It will be chaos. But I want to end by saying, let's continue working together, the international community. We appeal to you again. Continue support to us, to the region, We appreciate the work they have done. They made us reach this point. At times when there are difficulties, they would come and give us counsel, and we move forward. Okay, this time, they only came to us as, okay, you are extending, yes. And they had the same concerns like we had. Will the people accept the extension? Will the international community continue support with the extension? But I think now that the roadmap for democratic transition, peaceful and democratic transition, is exposed to all of us, we should say we support it. By this, I want to end my statement. Thank you very much.